Hi, welcome to Set Studio YouTube channel. I'm using watercolors and markers to make a flower-sun. So you can trace some circles and that is perfectly fine. If you have a problem centering it, you can also do an X. I did some petals. You can do whatever you want. I have some ideas at the end of this that you can look at for ideas or just search it up. So really carefully load your brush, then outline it. As you can see, I'm touching the paper towel, which is called blotting it or drying it, and then I'm dragging it out. So I stopped there, I'm rotating it very carefully. I'm gonna load the brush with a lot of paint. It's intense paint right here, and then I'm trying to outline it. Oh, I went back over it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blot it, and then I'm gonna drag the paint there. So I rolled my brush and it's dry. There's nothing on it, and that kind of helped it. And then I can roll it again or lift some paint up like that, and then twirl it very lightly, very gently. Stroke it too in the center, also like a circle. Great, let's try the orange. Twirl your brush, get it loaded with lots of paint. So I'm outlining it carefully. I blotted it, and it's a little damp with a little bit of paint, but not so much. And then I kind of drag it out, being careful not to touch the red because it's still wet. Rotate your paper, turn your paper whenever you need to. Load it up with the intense color. It's all pure orange, the hue of orange. And then I'm going to twirl it out. So hue means color, the color of orange, and that's what it is. All right, so load your brush and stroke and outline, carefully dragging it around. I dried my brush, but it's a little damp, and then I'm going to just carefully. So I have kind of a 3D look to it. At least that was my ideal. If you want it solid, you can. I was just trying to show you this technique of slowly getting light to dark, which in essence it's a tint, but it's not a tint because you're not adding white. So you're just making it lighter. Roll your brush and learning a little bit more about watercolors, because watercolors, a lot of it is about trying to control the water and have it go where you want it to go. And once you get a feel for it, it's a lot of fun. But if you get surprised by it, it's really frustrating. So roll your brush, that can lift it up, dry your brush, roll it again, and then you can just kind of touch things up. And sometimes you have to check to see how things are going too. So I just loaded my brush by twirling it, carefully outlining around it, not really touching it too much because the orange is still wet. So I don't really want the orange to feather into my yellow. And rotate as you go. I find that really helpful because you can use your full wrist and your full hand to get a really nice movement, and that helps a lot too. So we're painting, and then what we're going to do is put this aside, really make sure it is fully dry, and then get out some Sharpies. So this is just your base. You can keep going beyond the circle. You don't even have to copy this. This is just a form of inspiration. So now that the orange has dried, I can be a lot more confident about going along the edge. And now I'm going to take a little bit of the orange and do the same thing. Okay, this is totally sped up. Yeah, just give you some ideas of what you can do with the Sharpie and the markers. A lot of turned lines, a lot of line design, line variation, and a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoy yourself doing this. So these are the supplies that I used. And here's some ideas for inspiration. This is some Mexican folk art. You can search up Latino art. You can also look at Paraguay. This is their textile. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And then this is a work by Stephen Humphreys. I love how abstract it is from nature. And here's some Mexican art. So thanks for tuning in, liking, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Take care.